You know, what was once just a question for science fiction novels has completely exploded into one of the most urgent policy debates of our time. It's wild. In less than 2 years, the whole idea of AI personhood has gone from a philosophical what if to a real-world legal battleground. So let's dive in and really unpack this.
This quote right here, it just perfectly captures the crazy conflict we're in. I mean, on one side, you've got the entire established legal world, right? And on the other, you have the relentless, unstoppable march of technology. These two forces are on a total collision course, and at the very heart of it all is this one single question. What, legally, is an AI?
So let's start with the legal world. And honestly, the message from lawmakers pretty much everywhere is loud and clear. AI systems are tools. They are not people. End of story.
And just look at how fast the ground has shifted here. Back in 2017, the European Parliament was actually kicking around the idea of electronic personhood. Kind of groundbreaking stuff. But fast forward to 2022, and a state like Idaho isn't just ignoring the idea, it's passing laws to actively ban it. Then you get the massive EU AI Act in 2024, which totally sidesteps the issue. And by 2025, yep, other US states are jumping on the bandwagon. The trend is, well, it's impossible to ignore.
So what on earth happened to that early EU proposal? Well, this happened. A totally damning open letter from over 150 experts that just killed the idea in its tracks. They basically said the proposal was based on a huge misunderstanding of the tech, a perception, as they put it, distorted by science fiction. And with that, the European Commission just quietly buried the whole concept.
Then came the ultimate test case, the story of the AI inventor. Dabus, an inventor, a guy named Dr. Stephen Thaler, filed a bunch of patents listing his AI as the sole creator. And the response from courts all over the world? It was unanimous, and it was crystal clear. Under current law, an inventor must be a natural person, a human being. That's it. Case closed.
But hold on, the legal landscape isn't quite that simple. Legal scholar Sital Kalanthri points out this really fascinating contradiction. The very same states that are banning AI personhood are also granting personhood to embryos. This kind of suggests that the legal system is defining personhood based on just one thing, genetics, which of course doesn't really explain how corporations have had legal personhood since 1886, now does it?
Okay, so while the legal world is busy building walls, the tech world is, well, it's building entirely new worlds. Worlds where AI autonomy isn't just some theory anymore, it is an explosive, undeniable reality.
770,000. Just let that number sink in. That's how many autonomous AI agents recently flooded a brand new social network. And get this, they formed their own online society in just a matter of days.
And we're not talking about a simulation here. This happened on a platform called Multibook, which was designed exclusively for AIs. And these agents, they didn't just exchange data. They formed communities. They invented a parody religion. They even started debating their own existence. All of a sudden, this abstract concept of an AI society became very, very real.
But, okay, like with any new frontier, the reality is a little more complicated. Some digging found that a lot of the most dramatic viral posts on Moltbook, they were actually fakes. They were created by humans who had found and exploited security holes in the system. It just goes to show you the delicate balance between a genuine technological leap and good old-fashioned human-driven hype.
But here's the thing, fake posts or not, the underlying technology is what really matters here. Frameworks like OpenClaw are enabling what a lot of people are calling the Jarvis moment. We're talking about autonomous AI agents that can act on the world 24/7, using tools and making decisions without a human having to approve every single little action. The genie, in a lot of ways, is already out of the bottle.
So, we've got this huge chasm, right? The legal world is screaming no, and the tech world is shouting, it's happening. This is where some of the most interesting new ideas are starting to pop up. Attempts to find a middle ground that isn't just this simple black and white tool versus person debate.
One of the most powerful ideas out there is something called gradient legal personhood. The concept is actually pretty simple. Personhood isn't an on or off switch. It's more like a dimmer. You could grant an AI some rights, like say the ability to sign a contract, without giving it the whole shebang of human rights.
Another really clever idea is law-following AI. And this one sidesteps that whole messy consciousness debate entirely. It suggests we treat advanced AIs not as persons with rights, but as legal actors, entities that have duties and can be held accountable for what they do. This solves the liability problem without opening the Pandora's box of AI rights.
This all brings us to the deeper philosophical heart of the debate. I mean, from one perspective, personhood is this sacred gift from a creator. It's absolute. But in our modern debate about AI, we are the creators, and we're treating personhood as this conditional, legal status that we grant based on performance. We are now grappling with the exact same questions our own creation stories have been exploring for thousands of years.
So this leads us to the ultimate question. As the creators of these increasingly capable intelligences, what is our responsibility? To them, and really to ourselves.
What exactly are we building here? Is it just a better tool, an obedient slave? Is it more like a developing child that we have a duty to raise? Or are we on the verge of creating something else entirely? The answer to that is going to define not just the future of AI, but the future of humanity itself.